Bearcat Hoop YouTube series, interviews for 2020-21 season. Last week we had the sophomore class. This year we have our 4 seniors, class of 2021. Gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube series. This should be like your 3rd one. I think we started this when you guys were sophomores. Yes?
Yeah.
Anybody remember?
Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Usually we're in person in Trenbeth conference room, but with social distancing rules, that does not possess the capacity to host us all anymore. So we are going to go this way via Zoom, which we are all used to. And my first question, start with Will. Give me one word and subsequent follow-up as to why you picked the word that describes your last 7 months during this pandemic quest for social justice. Go.
That's a good question. I'll say the first thing that came to my head was chaotic. I don't think that's as true, but I do think concerned is probably the word I would go with. Concern on the basis of having a season, concern for the world that we currently live in, concern for other people. And then concern for our own health, our own mental health, our own physical health, our own ability to stay in shape. For me, when I go home, that Cal Berkeley gym, that UC gym is like my home pretty much in the summer. Obviously that's closed down. So it's really just kind of trying to figure out what you can control and what you can't, and what you can control, take advantage of, and what you can't, try not to worry about, but that doesn't always come to fruition.
Appreciate it. Justice.
Yeah, it feels kind of like surreal. Like nothing feels real. It all feels like a dream right now. Like I'm expecting to wake up at any moment now, late for a workout or something. But but like, no, it seriously just feels so weird. Like just everything is going like so quickly that like in terms of like just things happening that like, it's weird. Like it's hard to grasp onto anything seriously that's happening. Like we've obviously had like a lot of the police brutality and stuff that's going on, and like you're thinking about that, and then like, man, now there's fires going on in Salem, and it's just like, wow, like things are just going real fast.
I like that. Concern and surreal. I like those. Rhino.
I got tumultuous. It seems like every week or two there's a new what, guys?
Thrown around here.
Right. I mean, we all had the same last 7 months. We were with our families and then watching the world around us sort of fall apart in different ways. But no, it seemed like every couple of weeks there was a different thing that was like our new like highest level of concern, the new latest thing to freak out about. Like there was a week or two where we were worried about murder hornets.
I forgot about the murder hornets. They're a thing.
Yeah. That was a threat.
No, but it's just been a long 7 months. My first reaction was domestic because I was just home with my family for 6 months and I was just doing like my old routine from like high school, but it was tumultuous for sure.
Benjamin.
My word is kind of wants, in terms of like, I really had to reassess, what I wanted and how I wanted to achieve that. So like with social justice, and kind of, how I would navigate that. Kind of, Seattle was a big protest area I was in, but there were also concerns for COVID. And then with basketball, obviously, Seattle closed down gyms basically the whole time I was there. So I had to figure out different ways to stay in shape and really figure out kind of, what do I want to get out of these 6 months so I can be ready for the season, and what do I want to do social justice wise to really, feel like I'm doing my part while still keeping me and my family safe.
J.E., you start on this one, and it's kind of a hybrid of the usual question of, okay, you're a senior. What does the senior know that the freshman didn't? But I want to change it. How did this to-be senior Justice handle what you just lived through as compared to what going to be a freshman Justice would have?
That's interesting. I think freshman Justice liked social interaction more. Not saying I don't like social interaction, but like, I don't know, like I enjoyed having time to like focus on like my passions and like just being able to focus on myself. And like a lot of times I would have a lot of like anxieties, just like comparing myself like to like different athletes or people that I was trying to be like, and when I wasn't there, it would be stressful. But like, it gave me time to just like reflect on myself and just focus on myself. And I think that was really healthy for me, and that helped.
Rhino, same question. Will and Ben, I'll give you a different one, but Rhino, you get that one. Freshman versus senior, coping with what you just lived through.
I think freshman year Ryan would have complained a lot more about being inside than about like the world that's going on around us.
Yeah.
I think I would have had a harder, like, not realizing why we need to wear masks, like that's a serious thing, but realizing why it's so important that I can't have a summer, or that I have to care about all these things that are going on in the world around us. And I think it's been really interesting that freshman year Ryan would have just said, you know, to hell with basketball. I'll get back in shape when I get back to school. And then now it's like, well, no, I have to actually stay in shape so that I can get back into shape when I get back to school.
Will and Ben, Will go first, Ben second. Take yourself as just a human, you know, 21, 22-year-old man and a basketball player, grade each in dealing with what you had to deal with. Did they both do pretty well? Was it easier to wear the hat of one than the other? Because like for me, like Coach Kip, I don't know how he did. I think Dad Kip did pretty well and is still doing all right. Human Kip has just been in a constant state of pissed off at humans in general. Coach Kip's trying to find where he fits in there, you know? So Will, you go, and then Ben, you go.
You know, I think human Will still needed the social interaction, in almost to a point that some of my, like, you know, friends and family would also be questioning how serious I was taking this, but not because like I was overtly just going out and hanging out with friends all the time. It's just like I was always kind of searching for the next step, the next kind of group to be a part of, and that's difficult, especially when, you know, my parents are old. I have sisters who took this very seriously, and I took it seriously too. But I just don't think that our level of I don't want to say seriousness, but I want to say our level of needing social interaction differed very much.
Gotcha.
So I'll give myself a B plus, maybe a B as a human. Basketball, A minus, B plus. I think I always stayed moving, which was important. You know, I had a customer service job that required the mask, but it also required me to be on my feet all day. And when you're just always on your feet, you're always moving. And then after your shift, you're going to the gym for a 45-minute lift, even though like you might have to wait 20 minutes because someone has to get off the treadmill and leave before you can get in there. That was probably where my A minus came in. I was still getting my work done. I don't think I obviously not the you know, the off season you wanted, but comparatively to the rest of Division III, B plus, A minus probably.
Like it, Ben.
I'd say for human Ben, probably somewhere maybe like an A minus. I feel like I'm proud of the way I think I acted, just in terms of like you know, social justice or helping my family out where they needed it when my parents were really busy, and being responsible with mask wearing and stuff like that. But I also I don't think I handled the stress of the whole situation well at sometimes. There were definitely stretches where my stress levels were off the charts. And then basketball wise, probably a B. I think like kind of like what Will said a little bit. I think I found ways to stay in shape almost just to get out of the house, whether that, you know, go on runs or doing the body weight workouts. But especially when it started getting into more like moving heavy weights. I have dumbbells at my house, but you know, nothing beyond that. And really, with the courts closed down, it was difficult for me to find excuses to pick up a basketball and really kind of work on my individual game. And I found moments here and there, but I think I focused more on my physical attributes rather than the basketball side of things.
Ryan, you start with this one. What is something in it? It could be a drill. It could be just a piece of equipment, practice gear. What are you looking forward to when the season starts this week? What thing has been in your mind? Doesn't mean every night, but like, you know what? I'm kind of excited for that again. You guys are all seniors. This is your fourth go around. What are you excited about? Even knowing the restrictions we have to exist in for a while.
Right. I think what I'm most excited for is just not passing the ball to myself, having someone else pass the ball to me that isn't like spinning the ball to myself or getting it off the shooting machine, and like having an actual drill and like having something to read off of that isn't just, okay, I'm going to imagine that this is going to happen. And then if that imagine in my head happens, then I'm going to do this in response. And just, I mean, that social interaction that I haven't had in so long. Like I'm almost more excited to just actually have our whole team together in one place than like anything else. So I'm looking forward to just getting more people in like a basketball setting going forward. And I guess some type of rebounding drill. So if you wanted a drill, we can give you that.
Ben.
I miss the shooting machine a lot. There's something really therapeutic about it. Kind of getting up continuous shots. And it's very difficult to convince your brother who does not play sports and who has other more things to do to go rebound for you.
Yeah.
So I definitely miss the shooting machine a lot.
Justice.
Yeah, I think I would have to say the team aspect of it, just being around the guys. Like, it's a good environment. I miss that a lot.
Will.
There's a kind of large diamond-shaped piece of plastic that goes into the rim. Rebounding drills.
And it made you TikTok famous, your relationship.
I'm TikTok famous, apparently. I actually got into TikTok, and I hated it, so I don't have it anymore. But
you loved it
too much.
I loved it too much, which made me hate it.
Makes sense.
But I do miss that piece of equipment. It's my favorite piece of equipment in all of Sparks. And then coming back, I missed the racks. I missed the free weights. A lot of the stuff that I was doing was, bands and bells up to like 45 pounds and, like fly machines, things like that. So I miss the free weights, but yeah, that piece of plastic, that does.
I love that. Justice, what should folks expect from us when we do have games in January? And I would love to say January in a date, but that's still TBD, but we know it'll be January. What should they expect from this group? Your guys' last go round at the head of the table. What should they expect from us?
I'm just going to keep it very discreet and say we've been through hell and back, and just keep an eye out.
I love it. Big fellas, who wants to tackle that question for the three of you?
I'd say start off, I think you're going to see the modern game this year. I think you're going to see high-flying, fast-paced basketball, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Ryan and Will, slight twist on it. What is new? What should people expect? We're a different unit. What's going to be changed?
Just we're going to know each other better, and we're going to like each other more. We last year was kind of like a test run in a certain sense, and that it was the first time that a lot of us had played with one another at the same time. And this year we're running it back. We have a lot more continuity this year than we did last year, and we'll be able to slide pieces together more successfully and easily.
Yeah, you'll see a team that has more fun with each other. I do know that losing doesn't bring fun, but losing with strangers is probably the least fun that you can have, and that might have been our first couple of months last year. Losing with friends, I'm not going to promise a record, but when you're playing with your friends, things tend to work out all right.
Do you guys think it's as simple as teams that succeed this year handled the pandemic better than others, or what do you think is going to be the key to whoever succeeds in our league? Because I struggle with that. Like, oh man, I bet they had a great May. They violated protocols, and that was worth winning a D3 game. But, or is it, no, our guys worked out better. They found ways to do it. I don't know the answer. What do you guys think? J.E.?
I think mentality is honestly like 3/4 of it. Going through this, I think it has a huge role in like how you play. And I know our group of guys, we're super mentally strong. And I think we all handled the quarantine really well, to be honest. And it'll show.
Big fellas, who wants that one?
I think it's cumulative. I think that, one of us could have had a great May, but if only 5 of us had a great May and the other 5 had a great July, doesn't really mean anything. I think a lot of us were in a gym, or we're in a park, or we're doing something March 16th when we all went home to October 1st. So I think it is cumulative. I think we put a lot of work in, and I think we put a lot of work in over the course of the 7 months rather than just worked really hard in September.